back to Calabama Cooking. Today in the Love Lab, I'm making for you. You ready? My extra crispy fried chicken sandwich, okay? Now, there's a whole lot of fried chicken sandwiches out there now. All the chains are making them and all that kind of stuff, but mine is better. I think it's better. And to top it off, this one will be made with the brown sugar bourbon glaze that finishes the sandwich off beautifully, okay? So, you guys, why go out and buy a sandwich somewhere with, you don't know what that chicken is? Make it at home. I'm going to show you how, and it'll taste 10 times better. Let's cook. Okay, guys, so let's go over our ingredients, right? Obviously, we have chicken. Now, I'm putting my gloves on because chicken can be a messy situation. It's supposed to be, but I'm trying to manage to that. And I like to use gloves so I don't get my hands just too dirty. All right, I'm using chicken thighs. Now, I like to make my sandwich with boneless, skinless thighs, okay? Now, boneless, skinless thighs, what's really good about them is the thigh still has a lot of fat in it, as you can see, and you get a little skin on there. But this is a really juicy piece of chicken. Much better than a breast, which is naturally dry, even if you're trying not to make it dry. A breast is just dry. But these thighs, boneless, skinless, that's the ticket, okay? So we're gonna season those up there. Here we've got some flour, which we're gonna season as well. I'm using my Calabama spicy seasoning today. Y'all know I love that stuff. That'll make it nice and give it a real good kick for us. Now for the brown sugar and bourbon glaze that we're gonna make, here we've got some butter, my brown sugar, and of course a little bit of bourbon. So we're gonna let that cook while the chicken fries, okay? So let's jump into this chicken. So guys, I've got here, like I told you, this amazing thighs. I'm gonna sprinkle some seasoning on them. And if that don't look like sprinkling to you, I don't know what to tell you. It's sprinkling in my book, okay? And I'm gonna go ahead and get this chicken in this seasoning really good. You can use any seasoning you want here, however you wanna do it. You just wanna get a lot on there. Now, I'm gonna give you a little tip though. When you're trying to make your chicken really crispy, really spicy, season the chicken well and season the flour. If you just want it to have a decent flavor, but you don't need it to be super extra spicy, then you can just salt and pepper season the chicken and not necessarily put the spicy on there. Does that make sense, y'all? Okay. I want this to be spicy because I have that brown sugar and bourbon glaze, and that brown sugar and bourbon glaze is really gonna do a great job of toning down whatever spicy or over spicy this chicken gets. All right, now here we go back to our flour. Now this is 2 cups of flour. For flour, I always recommend doing about 1 tablespoon of seasoning for every cup of flour. Okay, it says this is 2 cups of flour. In theory, it should be 2 tablespoons of seasoning. But come on, y'all know. There we go. We're gonna put an extra one in there. Okay, got my oil heating. I'm gonna give this a spin. There we go. That looks good. And again, this seasoning has salt already in it, so we don't have to add extra salt. You can if you want. Yeah, I'm putting more in. You can if you want to, but you don't have to. I'm laughing at myself, y'all, because I'll be saying, well, 1 tablespoon of seasoning to every cup of flour, and then I put 4 because I want it to be good. All right, let's get ready to start battering our chicken. Okay, guys, so now we're gonna get to our buttermilk, which is what we're going to use to put on our chicken the first time. This is 2 cups of buttermilk, so that I'm gonna add 2 eggs, okay? And the eggs are just gonna help the buttermilk and the eggs together are gonna help the seasoning stick to our chicken. And that's really gonna help us with this double coating and how we're gonna get this extra crispy. Okay? So let's put these eggs in here. Just wanna break them up. Perfect. Okay? Just like so. Now we're gonna take the buttermilk and we're going to pour it over our chicken. Oh, you see that? This is gonna be delicious. Look at that. All right. Now, I might use the rest of this. I'm gonna continue as I go along. If I need more of it, I'll use it. Okay? Now we're gonna check our oil to see is it hot enough. I'm gonna do a little simple test today with flour. See? not quite. You want it to sizzle back, okay? When it sizzles back, it's ready. It's not sizzling back yet, so it's not ready yet, okay? Now, I'm using my hand and a glove, again, to season this chicken up because it just works. All right, now here's how we're gonna do this double coating, guys. You ready? We're gonna take our first piece of chicken and we're gonna put them in the flour, just like this, okay? This is not fully the wet hand, dry hand method. I've never been very good at that. Okay, gonna toss our chicken in the flour, like so. Okay, gonna pour a little bit more of this on here. Gonna put the chicken back. This is the double coating. See this? We've coated it once. And because this chicken is boneless and skinless, what's going to happen with this double coating is we're going to get it really nice and crunchy. This is our second coat here. And that seasoning is on the chicken directly, as well as in our flour. There we go. Let me check this oil. It's starting to act done. Not almost, y'all. Almost. Almost. Okay, that's the first layer, first coating. You see how it's making a mess everywhere? That's what chicken does. If y'all don't know it, I'm telling you now, fried chicken is messy. Okay, and now we're gonna make sure we get it wet again and back in. That's double coating. Okay? Now, and I'm telling you, you've got to believe me, y'all. You can use tongs and all kinds of stuff, you know, so it doesn't get so messy or whatever. But, you know, I ain't trying to bother with all that. That's why I got these gloves on. Let's see what happens here. Oh, yeah, here we go. Boom. You see that? Now let that oil get nice. Oh, that chicken's doing it. They in there talking, y'all. Don't overcrowd your pan. We're gonna fry about 2 pieces at a time because these are big chicken thighs. Shake the excess, and in she goes. Okay. While this chicken is frying up, see this? I could put another piece in there, but I really don't want to overcrowd my pot. So I'm just gonna take my time and just cook these 2, okay? I won't make you watch me cook all of the chicken, just enough to get the picture. Now, while that's cooking, we're gonna start our brown sugar and bourbon glaze. So back here, I have 2 sticks of butter that I'm gonna melt them down. And once they melt down, I'm gonna add to that 2 cups of this brown sugar. And this brown sugar, I want the sugar to dissolve completely so that it's nice and smooth, and then we will add the bourbon. So we're gonna let the butter start melting. Keep an eye on this chicken. Look at that, you guys. Now, when you put your chicken in, this is effectively deep frying it. You know, don't keep messing with it. Let it seal, okay? Let everything happen and seal in there like it's supposed to. Just leave it be, okay? Now, as your chicken is frying, guys, what you can do once you get a good seal is just kind of flip it over a little bit. Be gentle with it. I like using one of these little spiders and just, you know, give it a little flip, like so, okay? Look at that. Let's turn the fan on. Now, back to our butter that's melting over here. Getting our glaze going. We're going to add our brown sugar to this butter. And if you're worried that this is a lot of brown sugar, you would be absolutely correct. It is a lot of brown sugar. But it's a lot of brown sugar because it's a brown sugar glaze. You can't make brown sugar glaze without a lot of brown sugar. Otherwise, it's just butter. You want to get this nice and cooked. Oh, look, y'all. Brown sugar and butter always works. You want to give this a really good stir so that you make sure everything's incorporated and these 2 are mixed well together. There we go. Get our chicken. And again, because this is boneless and skinless chicken, it's not going to take a long time to cook. It's a large piece of chicken, so you definitely have to give it time, but it's not going to take, you know, as long as like a piece of chicken with the bone in, okay? And you know, when chicken floats, done. Okay, look at those. Look pretty crispy. Ooh, yes! Now we about to feast over here. Oh man, that looks amazing. Want to make sure it's done, okay? So I'm letting it's floating, so it's done, but I want to make sure it's done. Okay. So look at that. See that beautiful piece of chicken? That's what a piece of fried chicken is supposed to look like. All right, let's put this over here, and we'll check these in a moment. Now this one is floating, but part of it is down. So I'm going to give this another second. Flip it over. Okay. Oh, get a glove. Piece here. Make sure we got the coating in all these cracks and crevices. Look at that, guys. That's a piece of fried chicken. This is going to be a good sandwich. And I know I said that all kinds of grammatically incorrect. This is going to be a good sandwich. But when you're eating this good, well, y'all speak good grammar for me. Thank you. Put that in there. And look at our brown sugar over here and butter coming together. Woo! I have a lot of these gloves on hand because I'm going to go through quite a few of them in this process. Let's see, maybe I'll just wipe this in. Lessons learned from experience. All right, let's whisk this together. Oh, that looks amazing. Come into a nice gentle boil. I'm like a kid in a candy store. I'm so excited right now. You see how I was telling you the chicken will float when it's done? These first pieces, see how they're not floating? They're not done. They're down at the bottom. They're still cooking. But when they start to float up, when you know they're done. That's a little tip my mama gave me years ago. And she was right. Mama was right. Mama knows best. All right, now that this has come to a nice boil and our sugar, brown sugar has dissolved in our butter, I'm going to take about a 1/4 cup here of bourbon. Look at that. Woo! Woohoo! Oh yeah. Oh yeah, you don't need much more than that. And don't worry, it's not enough for anybody to get drunk or tipsy or anything. Okay, it's just not. So we're gonna go ahead and whisk this together. Turn the heat down a little bit. Ooh, I smell it. Oh, I wish y'all were here to smell it too. Okay, let that cook till it stops bubbling so be it. Off the heat so it can start cooling off. Frying chicken can be a messy process, y'all, can't it? But it's worth it in the end. Always, right? We'll take a peek at the temperature on these we just took out to make sure they're done. I have a meat thermometer that I like to use, and you want to find the biggest piece you can of the chicken, put that thermometer in. It should go up to at least 165 degrees and hold. Look at that. It's not really 200 degrees. It means the meat is done. All right, same on this one. Find a good spot here. 100. Oh yeah, it's done. Okay, this is giving you a guide. Oh, well, look what we have here. Oh, that's good. That's good. Take our chicken. Can I just also first show you, look how crunchy and crispy that is. You see that? That's what we wanted. That's why it's extra crispy, that double coating. We're gonna dip it here into the glaze. Put it right there. it out. That's as good as it looks. It's as decadent as it looks. It's as fattening as it looks. And you see how it just soaks into the chicken? You see that? I'm just trying to help you. I'm doing it for the people. Y'all are the people, and I'm doing it for you. And if you make that chicken extra spicy, I didn't go crazy today. But if you make it extra spicy, you put this brown sugar glaze, bourbon glaze on it, it'll calm that spicy right down. And you want to make sure that you put the glaze on there, or put the chicken in the glaze while it's hot, because it'll help the chicken. The chicken will open up as it's hot, and it'll just look. You see how it soaks in? See how it soaks in? If you don't want that much, you can always just drizzle it on there. I like dunking, but you can drizzle or dunk. It's your thing, baby. Do what you want to do, okay? I'm a dunker. You might be a drizzler. I don't know. All right, here's our bread. Now you can do this up however you want to make it pretty with all your stuff and your extra fixings and whatnot. Y'all do you, okay? Let's see here. But you can't tell me that ain't a pretty sandwich. My daddy would say something like that. Look at that. Look at that. See how nice and juicy that chicken thigh cooks up? That's what we're looking for. Oh my God. Y'all go wherever you want to go. Get whoever sandwich you want to get. I'm gonna eat that joker right there. Y'all, what's about to happen here is nothing short of gluttonous. I'm about to tear this up. Thank you for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you'll make this chicken sandwich, this extra crispy fried chicken sandwich with brown sugar bourbon glaze. Thanks so much for being with me. I'll see you guys next time right back here in the Love Lab for more Calabama cooking. Happy cooking.